What is up, friends? If you're watching from the last video that I uploaded, you saw me buy this Melon A-Game Hydro hat and list it. Well, we just got an offer on the hat, so let's take a look and see how much the offer's for. I think I have it listed for $45. So let's see how much the offer's for. $40 offer. Yeah, I have it listed for $44.97. Well, you know what? That is going to be sold. Shout out Twilly McGee in Austin, Texas. Accept offer. Thank you so much. That has been sold. Ooh. Hello.
Oh, you have your my babies.
Let the dog go.
Oh, you have your glasses on. You're so funny. I miss you.
Oh, look at them. Look at them.
Look, they want me.
Oh.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I know you don't have enough toys, so Mommy got you more toys. Mochi likes to rip the toy off of the cardboard, so I can't take that away from her.
Look at her eyes. She got bug eyes right now.
Zero knows there's dog toys up here.
Yeah.
Mochi, look at all these dog toys.
Oh.
She's licking her lips. Look at her licking her lips.
Oh. What are they going to choose?
She doesn't know what to do.
Zero got one.
Oh, Zero picked the Kool-Aid.
She picked Kool-Aid. Oh, not much.
Oh, now Mochi wants that one.
You're a savage, Mo.
That's her favorite thing to do.
It is. Zero, you're a good girl. Look at all these toys. You
Look
pick
at
one.
these, Zero.
Pick a toy, Beans.
Oh.
Oh.
She likes the Kool-Aid man.
There's a Callie.
Thank you, kind sir.
You're welcome.
Fancy
You
glass.
like my glasses?
They're not bad.
Say hi.
Hi.
It's recording.
I know, I told my mom to pause the music.
Oh, your mom's here. Oh, she's all there. Hello. All right, let's talk about this hat for a second. So, a little piece of paper here. Let's do some numbers. The hat, cost of goods, COG, cost us $6 from Salvation Army. Okay, it's sold. So the sales price, it sold for $40 on eBay. eBay's transaction fees. So what we paid eBay to use their platform, to sell on their platform, that cost us $5.35. Shipping cost us $5.31. And then supplies, right? Supplies, I'm gonna include like the little bit of cost of the Dawn and the water. So what's that, like 50 cents? And then the cost of the box was about $1. So we're at $1.50 for supplies. Sold for $40, minus $6, minus $5.35, minus $5.31, minus $5.50. Gives us a profit of $21.84. So because I got that comment on the last YouTube video, and I don't usually like to highlight negative comments. And honestly, I don't think this comment is that negative. I think it's a fair comment to make. If you don't like really look at the numbers, I think it's a fair comment to make. But I wanted to address it in this video. So would I have bought that item if I didn't have a YouTube channel, right? Would it make sense to purchase that hat and put the time and effort into washing it and making it look good and then taking pictures and selling it? Is it worth it? So I broke down the numbers. I showed you the numbers to make $23 on the hat profit. Let's look at it for a second. So finding the item, washing it, taking the pictures, listing the item, and then shipping the item all together, like time spent on actually doing the tasks to sell the hat, we're talking conservatively, we're talking like 30 minutes, you know, to do all that. So let's call it half an hour, made $23 in half an hour. Okay, so that's $46 an hour of actual work. I know there's other stuff involved and you're not getting paid that the entire time. So you can't really compare it to a traditional like hourly job. But for me, the way that I look at it is like, would I trade half an hour of my time for $23? And yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that, right? Trading 30 minutes, that's like half an episode of a TV show, or, you know, an episode of like a cartoon or something like that. Would I trade that time for $23? Yeah, I think I would. The other factor to keep in mind is like, would I trade that time doing something that I enjoy doing? I enjoy searching for stuff and finding stuff. I don't really mind doing like the cleaning and doing the pictures. I don't really like doing the shipping, but we got Callie for that. And I'm not taking into account paying Callie's wage as well to ship the item. It's, you know, just part of her daily tasks as well. So yeah, I understand why someone would think that. We've also, like, throughout the years, we've preached profits over projects, which is still the case, right? Like, if you're spending hours and hours on something, doing repairs, or, you know, really cleaning it, and you're spending so much time on something that it takes away from the profit, you're spending too much time on it. So profit to time ratio doesn't make sense. Profits over projects. That's, you know, we've always preached that. If it's too far gone, needs too much time to clean it or to repair it for us to do, then yeah, we wouldn't purchase it. But no, it doesn't have anything to do with us having a YouTube channel. We don't, and we have never bought something purely for YouTube views. Never. We've never faked anything on YouTube. We've been doing this for like 8 years, I think almost 9. We've never faked a video. We don't intend to fake a video. We've never faked our eBay sales. We've never done something purely for views. So to say that just doesn't make sense. Yes, we would have bought it anyway, or yes, I would have bought it anyway. To trade half an hour of my time for $23, I don't see anything wrong with that. If it had sold for less money, and let's say I only made like $5-10 on it, then yeah, that doesn't make sense. That's, you know, you can just go get like a traditional job at that point. But again, I like doing it. So you have to factor that in as well. Anyway, I just wanted to address that comment. Let's get back to the video.
This table is heavy. Yeah. Whew. Next on the agenda today is I'm running a Whatnot show at 4:30, and I'm going to start selling stuff through this pallet.
Hey,
what's up, man? Good.
Sorry to bother y'all. I'm dropping off materials.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good. No worries. Oh, it's funny. This is a random dude, but he's dropping off materials for our build next door, which makes total sense. So as I was saying, at 4:30 today, it's 1:12 right now. At 4:30 today, I'm doing my first Whatnot show with some of the band t-shirts from this big $12,000 buyout. So what I need to do is organize some of these, decide which ones I want to sell today. And I think I'm going to probably pull out like 100 shirts, run 100 shirts, see how that goes. I'm going to start everything at $15 so that I know I'm already in a little bit of profit. I can make some money on this stuff, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see if stuff sells. And wish me luck. I'm going to pull out 100 shirts. I also do need to go through this Michael Schenker stuff because I possibly have a buyer. I had someone email me from the YouTube video that I did, and they said they might be interested in buying all of this stuff together. So I need to go through this stuff and give them a count and how much money it's going to cost for me to sell it all and ship it to them. It's obviously going to be cheap because this stuff isn't like super high-end or expensive. So I'll give them a deal. I'll make a little bit of money. Hopefully we can get a deal done on this stuff and get it out of here. All right, so I've got today's show set up. I'm running all these shirts. There's 100 pieces. I'm running them at 4:30 today on Whatnot. I'm going to start every piece at $15 and see how that goes. I've kind of like organized stuff into stuff I know well, stuff I know is worth money. And then I have a big pile over here of like stuff I don't really know. A lot of like, you know, black metal, death metal stuff. So still have to kind of do some more research on that. But these are all like good bands, you know, Motorhead, Metallica, Slayer, good like 2000s, 100 pieces. I'm doing another show. If you missed this one, I'm doing another show at 4:30 Eastern time this coming Thursday. And it'll be even like better quality stuff than this. So if you want to come to that show, I'll put a link in the description of today's video. And you can just click on that link and it'll take you directly to the show on Thursday. Well, good news, everybody. Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone.
Does anybody watch Futurama? I got the Schenker stuff sold. So this and the hats, everything together. I roughly counted it out. It's like 250 shirts, hoodies, and then 60 hats. So like 300 pieces total. I sold it all. I sold it all for $1,100, which I feel like is a super fair deal for both of us. I mean, I don't want to deal with it, and it's going to someone who really wants it. So I'm totally happy with it. As soon as I sent him the email, he said, I don't even have to think about it. I am going to cover shipping. We're in the same time zone, so it shouldn't be too much. So I'm assuming about $1,000 back on this deal. And now I'm into everything for $11,000. I'll get this shipped out tomorrow once he's paid. All right, here we go. 424. Show was at 430. Hopefully I can fill up that rack and sell some stuff. And I will let you know how the show goes. I'm gonna try to sell 100 t-shirts. Let's see what happens. Still a good price, y'all. 3, 2, 1. That is gonna be sold for $59 to Trippy Ricky. First purchase, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, everyone, the show is done. We sold 73 t-shirts. Let's do some numbers again. Where's my Sharpie? There's my Sharpie. I streamed for 2 hours. We sold 73 items. What is that? Is that an S? There we go. Total sales of $1,509.00. We also got tipped $15 plus $15. Whatnot fees were right around $180 on this show, which gives us a total of $1,329.80 currently in our Whatnot balance in our account from this show. Now, if you take this number, $1,329.80, and you divide it by this number, by 73 items, it gives us an average sales price of $18.21. That is our average sales price. Now, if you saw our other video where I got these items from, hopefully you can see this. But again, after getting back that $1,000 from the Michael Schenker stuff, so that's back in my pocket, I paid $12,000 for the lot. So plus getting that back means I actually paid $11,000 for all of these items. There are about 1,000 pieces. So my average cost of goods, $11. So now what we can do is we can take this number, 1821, and subtract $11 from it, because that is our cost of goods. And that leaves us with $7. Ooh, that's a weird 7. $7.21 profit per piece. Boom. Now, if we take this number and we multiply it by the number of items sold, which is 73, that means we made a profit. We made a profit of $526. That is how much money we just made on this show in 2 hours. 2 hours. Obviously, we haven't shipped yet, and there's still more work to do, but $526 profit on that stuff. I'm pretty happy with it. And again, that's just one show. We still have a lot of inventory, a lot of money to be made back. This stuff is still stuff that needs to be sold. This whole entire stack over here is from that pallet. That's stuff that needs to be sold. The Schenker stuff, thankfully, is sold, but everything over here also needs to be sold. This is some of the higher end stuff. This is all like the Slayer and Cannibal Corpse and Judas Priest and some more of like the 90s stuff, early 2000s stuff, more valuable stuff, a lot of Mansons and that. Most of this stuff is going to be run this coming Thursday. So if you want any of this like really, really good quality, high quality band tees, come Thursday, all of this stuff, not all of it, but a lot of it is going to get sold. So come to that show. And that is going to be it for me, everybody. Again, I hope you don't mind me pointing out a negative comments. I don't usually like to do that, but hey, sometimes I feel like people need to be called out, you know? The internet is a weird place where sometimes people feel like they can just say whatever they want. And sometimes, you know what? You're gonna get called out. If you say something that is stupid, I'm gonna call you out. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.